All right. Hello. Welcome back to the ClusterDuck stream.
No, I don't hear Nick.
Oh, you don't hear me? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Are you able to hear me on the stream?
Yeah, I hear you in the stream.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what's important. Um. Okay.
He muted himself in Google Meet. That's it.
Yeah. So you don't have to hear me twice. All right. So we'll start that again. Hello. Welcome to the stream, where we do a paired programming session for working on the open source project, the ClusterDuck protocol. I'm joined here today with Timo and Zach. You guys want to say hi? Maybe not.
Hey, how's it going?
Let's see. Let me just put this on. Yeah, I'll just unmute myself so you guys can.
Now we can hear you. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, just a delay in the stream. So. But yeah. Oh, I didn't do the PowerPoint today. But so what we're going to be working on today is we're going to be putting in versioning in the code itself. So we already have versioning inside the open source code base. However, there's no way for ducks to be able to grab the version and be able to output it. So let's say if you wanted to do a health message, or you have a lot of ducks in your network and you're not sure what version they're currently using of the CDP. So we're going to put inside the code a place where devices can grab their version and be able to tell us what version they're currently running of the CDP. So this way, if someone's having an issue, we can see very easily if their duck has uploaded the latest code, or maybe it's running an earlier version. So this will also be really helpful in the field to verify if device is successfully updated, if you're using OTA, over the air updating. And the second thing we want to work on during the stream today is we're going to be working on GitHub Actions. So just to make sure that now that we have multiple places where we had to make sure that the version is up to date, we want to make sure that those files are changed every single time we make a new pull request to GitHub. So we're going to figure out GitHub Actions. I personally have never created a GitHub Action. Maybe we use something that's already exists online, but we're just going to also kind of go through the steps of creating our own GitHub Action to make sure, just to do some very simply check to see if certain files have commits on them. So that would be the library properties, the README, as well as also wherever we're going to be putting the version update for the ducks. So this way we can just make sure very quickly, see, oh, did we forget to update the version, and get that changed.
Yeah, and maybe what could be worth it, Nick, is if we go very quick over the versioning document that's in the wiki. I linked it in your Google Meet chat. So we can explain in like a quick second how versioning is set up in the CDP, why it's so important that we change the different files we have in our code base, because we went with a very traditional setup that's major, minor, and patches, meaning you edit, you have different kinds of version numbering for different kind of code changes. And in this stream, we want to make sure that if we are running 2.1.16, we can go back into our releases, which is also not set up yet, and we can just see what that person is running, and then we can troubleshoot a little bit better. So this document will be linked in the description as well. And it just is a very detailed document, is why we do versioning and how we set it up. As you can see there's a README, there's a library.properties, and a library.json. Those three files, including the one we're building today, which will probably somewhere in the code base, need to be updated every time you make a pull request. And what the GitHub action will do is if it will fail if it did not recognize a change in one of these files. So the person that's making the pull request is like, oh, this build failed. Why? And it says your build failed because you did not update your version numbers. And in the future, we can go a step further and maybe do an automated release. That's something I'm very interested in. Is that right now we have to manually release every time we do a commit, a merge into master, and it would be great if we can automate the process of creating a release every time we merge a pull request. Which what it does, it creates a zip file with the output of the current master branch. And why that's helpful is that we can easily go back into the releases and look at all the versions instead of having to go through all the commits one by one and figure out when stuff was changed. So feel free to go over this document if you want to learn more about it, and please take it away, Nick.
Yeah, so the checks that we'll be doing, we'll probably upgrade them in the future, but just to have a very simple, since it's the first time using GitHub Actions, we'll just be keeping it pretty simple. So why don't we jump in and get started with putting in a somewhere in the code where we can always grab the version number. Now, when we talk about putting something that all the ducks are going to be able to use, I first think of the duck utils. So let's just remove. So duck utils is something that is used by all of our duck devices. So actually, before we start, why don't we create a new branch, stream 6. Alright, cool. So now we are on our stream 6 branch. Okay, so now that we got that sorted, so we have a bunch of functions that are used by all of our devices here. So why don't we start with, so we have it's a namespace. So why don't we put in a what you call it, a thing. I guess we could put it as a string. Right, so string.
Or if you want to do it the C++ way.
Yeah, I was thinking.
String.
Yeah, I can do it that way.
That's maybe interesting to tell. There's like an ongoing effort here where we are trying to make this CDP C++ instead of like Arduino focused. Why is that more devices that we find are not Arduino compatible. So we're trying to build our code base fully in the C++ way. That's how we are able to support more devices in the coming months.
I'm spelling that right. Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, std string, and then it's.
And then so we're gonna make that.
You need the 2 brackets. Right.
Hmm?
No.
No. So we're first we need to put in the current version. So that would be. So currently it is at. So if we go here. And we go to Strike Protocol. You can quickly see what version we're currently at. We're at version 2.2.6. So if we copy that. Alright, there we go. So now we have our current version. Um,
And I'm already thinking this would be a perfect little thing to put on the OLED screens for the health tech devices, or if you put them on the T-beam, is writing out the version number on top of your OLED. Could be very helpful.
so we're also going to need to put into here. Now, one thing we could do is we don't want this to be editable, right? We don't want you to. Well, so this is for a CDP version. You can also for your own versions, you can put something else. So maybe instead of current version, we should put CDP version. And we don't want this to be accessible, so I don't know if this is overkill, but we can do namespace. And so that makes it only accessible by duck utils, if I remember correctly. Maybe if I'm doing this correct. So if we put in here namespace, that might be just as a little bit overkill, but and we'll just put std string.
Because basically you only want to be able to do like get CDP version, like a getter, and not being able to modify this in any way.
So we don't. Yeah, we're not gonna be modifying it. Just be having a getter.
So you have
this basically sets it private.
So you will have to go to duckutils.h every time to update that number manually.
Yeah, so and maybe in the future we can have some automated process that does it. So I'm going to then put here get timer. I'm going to put over here cd string get CDP version, and then that's return p version. Alright, and so here we want to grab this as well because we gotta put this in our header file. And let's see, it goes. I'm gonna put this right over here. CDP version. All this stuff up here is documentation that we use for our Doxygen, and so we'll generate documentation as well. Actually, Timo, do we have a easy to look place for the Doxygen?
Yeah,
I don't know if we advertise it. I mean, yeah, we have our wiki, but also we have a Doxygen.
So the Doxygen is actually in the GitHub action, which it will generate your Doxygen every time we commit to master. The easiest way to find it, I think, is if you go to the wiki, all the way to the bottom, it just says API. There should be a better way we should actually show this.
Yeah, so if we go API right here.
Yes, and it takes you to our Doxygen, which is all more of the developer focused. Yeah, this is very useful actually, and I think we should leverage this more. And also, we have to work on getting more parameters into the code and documenting some of our.
So actually, Oh, that's right. That's why it's not in here. I haven't pushed my documentation commit for crypto, so I'll need to do that. But yeah, so
Yeah.
you can find this here. We'll be keeping it up to date. So, but so back to what we're doing here. All right, so cool. So we can get now the CDP version, and let's see. Okay, so CDP version. Okay, so now we have all this here. Now we need to access it. So if we go to, so all the ducks need to be able to access it. So we go to, let's see, duck, that's CPP. So I think if we just put into here, do we use duckutils? Let's see, let's go to duck.h.
Do you also do we still send the health quacks? I don't think we do.
They're not.
But we should
they're
maybe
not,
show how you.
Yeah, so I don't think we set the health quacks, but we still do the restart, the reboot.
Yeah.
Let's see, duck radio. So we don't have duck utils here, but let's see, are we? Let's see, let's go to. Where are the other ducks? Duck.h, where are the other ducks? I'm looking for the Papa Duck.h. Oh, I can just see here. No, it does not. Who else is using duckutils? Why can't I find Papa Duck.h?
You could do a search for it, but isn't it in the include? Is there a pop-up.h? Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is. Right here. It's like all
There it is.
I keep passing it.
It's the last one in there. Yeah.
Okay, so papa.duck.h does not use duckutils. Alright, so I think if we put it into duck, let's put in here. Alright, so now we have duckutils here. And we're going to put in alright, so what we're going to put in here is alright, cd string, since we already are using it. Get CDP version. Actually, we could just put it in. I think this will just work. Is return duck utils get CDP version. then we can just do that. And then
You should be able to access this from the INO level already, or is there still a step that's between this and
no,
the
I
other?
don't think so. Because so what we need to do is so all of the other ducks now. So if we go to papaduck.h here, now what we can do let's see, let's see string and well, I don't can I oh, we can try and see, but I don't think it can. I think we just need to receive run set up with defaults reconnect get type. I don't think we can, but we can try. We can test this out. So where I want to test this out is in oh, I haven't moved that in yet. Alright, so we'll just try this on Mama Duck.
Yeah, we'll send a quick, like, one message, boot up message that says this is the.
Yeah, so we want to do duck dot get CDP version. So do
That's a string. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
so that print on okay.
Or maybe you need to
Present.
create a string first and just print the string. So string equals doc.get CDP version.
I mean, I would have to do. It looks like it's looking for the a regular string, like just the
Do we need to do a dot C string?
yeah. That's what I was seeing. I see it too. Yeah, C string there. Yeah, that's what it wants. And that print. All right. There we go. All right. So now if we close this Mama Duck and we go to file, let's go to Mama Duck. Let's zoom in here. If it will let me. How are you guys able to see that? Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks actually really good. I am on the Google Meet. So let me go back to the stream.
Yeah, just
Yeah, the stream quality is a little bit lower, but it's good.
Okay, so we can see here where we added the CDP version. All right, and I'm going to plug in a duck in a moment here.
This is just to prove that this we inherited the get version the right way.
Yes, exactly. All right, so we're going to go to port 14, and we're going to upload. All right, so that's going to take a moment. So now to go back into why this is important. Now, one thing that Timo had mentioned earlier is health check. And being able to send telemetry data like a ping is the simplest form, but also other things like battery life, board temperature. This is all data that we like taking. But being able to send also the version number on boot when you boot up your device, be able to see, oh, okay, this is the version of CDP that I'm running, is really helpful. We should also put it on the screen for the Mama Duck, the custom Mama.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, I would say all the display stuff is there's a default display that's baked in. We say show default screen. I think we should
Okay.
bake it in there, and that's in duckdisplay.h.
Let's see, duck.
It's probably in the include folder.
Oh, here. Duck display. It's not in the include folder, actually. Huh.
Oh. And then we need duckdisplay.cpp as well. And then if you go to the bottom of this file, there is the setup show default screen. Right there. No.
This one?
No. Yeah. And then there is the 46 by 32 we never use almost. So I would say we have a online, which is actually just, if the duck is online, it makes sense. It has power. So I would say that's the line we should change. Instead of DT is duck type, ST is status, ID, MAC address. That could be a perfect one to change to V for version, and then just do. So, quick question for you, Nick. I think what I saw you doing before, you added the V from version into the version number string. Mm-hmm. Do you think we should make it just the number? So it's like just 1.2 dot whatever. Because we probably want to do serial prints that say version and then
let's see. Well, the reason I did V'd is because where we have in the README and in the library property, I think we have also the V in it. Let me actually double check to see. Is this maybe in the library properties we don't have that?
Yeah, library properties. I think it's different. Because that's all part of the JSON format, and then it's version, and then it's the quotes.
So let's see. So there, and then where's library properties? Okay, so it's also just the number there, and then library JSON. It's also just the number. Okay, so maybe then we can get rid of the V's. All right, so that's fine. That doesn't matter too much. Okay, let's see. Did it work? All right, so it ran into an error. Let's see. Oh man. Redefinition. Okay. So, redefinition. Let's see.
What do you think went wrong?
Well, it got defined twice, so oops. So alright, so I think what we need to do here is we might need to remove it from this. Yeah. That might be, let's see. Let's upload it again. Alright, so back to figuring out Duck's display. So I'm just checking here. Do we use Duck utils? No. So we're going to include Duck utils. And what we're going to do here, let's put Duck utils H over there. Alright, so back to Duck display. So what we're going to do here is Duck utils get CDP version, and then it's probably going to want us to put it as a
Perfect.
And ooh, I think we kind of have to, because we don't have the V anymore.
Correct. So it's V plus.
But that might not let me do that. Yeah, it does not like that.
So there are two different methods. There's a draw string and there's a print. And we could do...
Can I just do print again?
Yes, but we have to set the coordinates of where to start printing. So how I did this before...
This will print right over it.
Yeah, so what you can do is, there's a set cursor there. And so what we can do instead of the print V, you do draw string V. And you can pass in your variables, so that should be 0.50, I think.
Well, so
yes.
50, so we want to shift this over to the right. So that would be...
Yeah, so instead of doing the print V, do a draw string V. And then pass in 0.50. And then for the print duck util CDP version, do a 10.50 or 20.50.
Okay.
Yeah, and then take the set cursor above it and move it underneath it. And instead of it 0.50, you should do it 10.50 or something. I don't know. Yeah, 10.50 should be fine.
Okay.
Cool.
All right,
you have a health check there, right, with the OLED screen?
Yeah. All right, it's uploading. All right, so it compiled. So we'll just see on boot if it sends us the... Okay, so let's see here. Press the reset button. All right, right there. Look at that. CDP version.
Perfect.
Super cool. It's great when things work. Was that first try? I don't know.
Especially when you're live.
Does it count as first try, or do we had or we had a compile error the first time? I don't know. I guess if it works first time compiling, I guess that's. But you know what? I'm gonna take it.
First try.
All right, so we'll take that.
Let's try this.
Yeah, so we're gonna try the duck display. unfortunately, I don't have a cable long enough where I'll be able to show it. But we'll post a picture of it if it works.
Slack.
Yeah. Okay, so that works. Let's go to Mama Duck and version, and we are gonna want to go into all of our devices, and we're gonna want to put this here. Or actually, should we put it before? Maybe we should put it before here.
Well, I don't think it should be part of the I know now I'm thinking about it. It should be part of the logger. So it tells you where it's getting it from. We can do it inside of the I know, but we should have it where we can leverage the logger.
Well, we can put it in the setup with defaults. Is what we could do.
Yeah. I think that makes a little bit more sense to keep the I know as clean as possible as well. And that's where it runs through the setup.
Yeah, alright, so let's see. Setup with defaults. Alright, so then we're gonna go into...
Yeah, that's for ducklink. It's ducklink.cbp.
Setup with defaults.
That right there, we can do log info, and then we can do that. Or you can do it like you call it like setup with version blah 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 blah, or setting up with I don't know something that makes it easy to understand.
Yeah, so let's see log info, and then so what we would have here it would be duck. RSL looking to get CV version. We can just do that here. Okay. Alright, log info.
You want to add the V in front of it or something?
Yeah,
like
I want to put in like CP version. Let me do that. So let's just put here. I don't know, that's like the best way to do it. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe it is. Version, and then what is this? No. Alright, so we're just going to do it this way then. But that's also not right either. So I was thinking we could just do log info. That's not going to turn out right either. So we go to File, Examples. We go to ClusterDuck Protocol, Ducks, and DuckLink. And we just upload it with the DuckLink profile. All right. Let's see. Let's see some other options we have in the logger.
I was muted all the time. What are you looking for?
I'm trying to see if there's maybe something that we can do.
We can use logger or log info. There are different ways.
Let's see, log info. See, it's also using the Arduino string. So if we did it, where's DuckLink.cpp?
Next to the one you have open right now. So you.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
So if we did it.
Doesn't this work? Or
Yeah, but it's not going to look right. This.
Yeah, if you look above, that's how we do it with the error codes as well.
Yeah, it doesn't like that either. Let's see. So I still need to do that. Yeah, okay. So yes, that would work.
Yeah, and take out the empty log info, and again, kind of see if that's.
So we're gonna need to fix the logger.
So
if we want to get to use for C++. So this is gonna be one thing that we're gonna have to go and fix. All right, that's okay. All right, so this is what we're gonna add into all the other ones. Or actually, can we just put it into Duck? Because every single one of them is going to call Duck. So rather than putting in changing every single file, we can just put it into one. Let's see. Yeah,
There's
so every Duck right here. Then we can just do it right here. So
there's already Duck utils as well.
This is every single time. Yeah. So every single time we
create an instance of Duck.
Yeah. Because we're going to be. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the right place for it, though. Doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's like...
Set up radio, web server.
It's too small to make its own separate like instance of duck.set get version number. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess, yeah, so...
Is another quick question: why is duck utils not in front of get CDP version anymore? online?
Because we created a
So
function. There's a function in
Okay.
here. So if we
Okay.
see here, we created a function. Wait, is it not in here?
Because we just copied this from duck link.
Oh yeah, because it's in the
duck.
header file. It's in the header file. So
Okay.
yeah, so we just created a function, and so we could do duck utils, but it's the same thing. But the reason we created it is that we don't have to have create an instance of duck utils in every single file. Every single duck uses duck.
Yeah.
Sounds weird to say. Every duck uses duck.
Yeah, and how that works is duck. Yeah, duck is the basic function which has like radio setup and all that stuff, and then the mama duck, duckling, and papa duck have kind of like their own flavor on top of an instance of duck.
So this should run every single time.
You want to give it a test?
Yes, this one. So here it actually worked. Yeah,
been
so
printing
here,
a bit.
so here that's what would have output before. For any CPU version. Okay, so
And it's interesting. Your Windows machine prints out the full file path. My Mac just prints duckling.cpp. So it's an interesting little difference.
So now if we upload this one again, this is the same exact file, but because we should be able to just see it. Should be able to just see it there. Okay. So that means now this will print out for every single duck. We'll print out the CDP version.
What we should do is we should create an issue because people need to know when they're making a pull request, they need to update these 4 files with the patch minor or major.
Let's see, how much time do we have left
Since
for
I
the
don't-
stream? Or actually, maybe we can close the time.
see. We are. How long have we been live for? 48 minutes.
Okay, so we got
We
like
have 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes. So let's see. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, it's done uploading. And let's reset it.
Yeah,
Right,
it
there
looks
he
good.
goes.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a perfect. Yeah. So this one is coming out of ducklink.cpp.
Yeah, this is ducklink, but it should be the same if we do now. If we go to File, Examples, sorry, Protocol, and we go to Custom Example. We go here. So not only should it show up on the screen, but it should also print it out in the serial. Yeah, so it looks like we won't have time to do the GitHub Actions, but let's see, git status. We made a bunch of different changes today.
Maybe we just clean it up and just create the issue so we can show people up to date with the documentation, and then we wrap it up, and maybe we work on the versioning next week. The GitHub action.
Okay, so we don't need this anymore. And duck link, there's a space here. We didn't even change that. Alright, so let's go here, status. Still made a change in the duck link. It's okay. Alright, let's see here. It's still compiling. Alright, so these all look good. All right. Since we have a bunch of pull requests, I'm not going to update the version here because I'll be doing that manually when I clean everything up. So we go here, get add. We're going to add all of them. All these look right. Display, duck utils, duck, duck link. Oh, duck link and CPP. Where's duck link? Here we go.
In the middle. Yeah.
All right, yeah, so here, we don't need this anymore. All right. That's, or actually, so maybe we can just do... Alright, there we go. So now, yeah, there we go, so that won't show up. Alright, yeah, include duck.h. Okay, yeah, that looks right. Making sure I didn't put any unwanted changes. And let's look here at the custom mama. Still compiling. Alright, so, and then git commit add version to code. Git push owl stream 6. All right.
Perfect.
All right. That sounds pretty good. Let's just make sure this works. Okay, it's uploading. If we open
And you should take a picture to show in Slack so we can show everyone how it looks on the screen. And we might have to play, Nick, with the coordinates of the screen. I don't know if we did it correct, so might expect a small update on the code.
Oh, yeah, no, it didn't work. Well, no, it worked. I see the version on here, but the V... So, actually, let's see here. Custom mama example. Let's see duck display here. Oh, this is wrong. So this should be...
Yeah.
And this should actually, maybe we just like make it 5. It doesn't need to be that far out.
Yeah. Could actually be, I think it's counting pixels.
Yeah.
So
5 should be fine. So if we just save that, and we just upload this again, should look much better. See, custom mama example uses Baba Duck, so it should also print out. So let's see here. Oh yeah, so here, you see it right here.
perfect. Awesome. Well, this is Duck Link. It is not the mama one. This is the old one.
Oh.
That was Duck Link.
Let's see where...
You can just reboot the device.
Here.
Ooh, it's already sending packets while setting up web server. Okay, so I think what happened was we did not add that line. We added it to Duck, but we also added it to Duck Link, but not to Mama Duck.
Oh, maybe, but it should be... Oh, this is perfect. So with the version number coming up on the screen looks great. All right, so right now I have a duck in my room that is sending packets, and this one's just relaying it. So not too bad. All right, so though we go to duck. Could it be that it's not setting its name? So what is let's see, custom device ID. Oh, it's not running. Oh, it's because it's not running sets to defaults. Set device ID, but should
So what we can do is just do it manual here, because that's what we do with this file. We do everything manual.
Yeah, but I want to make sure. So duck. Let's see, set device ID. Huh. Okay, well, for the custom mama, it's already putting it on its screen. I think that's okay. Although it's not running for this one, but for all the other ducks, this will run every single time. So I think that's a good stopping point. We'll maybe play with some GitHub actions next time. Let's see. Duck display.
And we'll add some comments about the documentation of the work we have to build for this.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining. Check us out. Next time. Thursdays at 11 or around 11. We'll be starting around then. For another session of pair programming where we work on the current issues in the CDP protocol. Check us out on Slack or on GitHub. And